Introducing to you first, in the blue corner, wearing silver trunks and weighing in at 182 pounds. His professional record, 1 win against 3 losses. Coming from Philadelphia, let's welcome Maurice Amaro. And his opponent in the red corner with a professional record of 6 wins against 1 loss. 4 of those wins by knockout. Tipping the Toledos at 187 pounds. Wearing black and red trunks from Hockessin, Dan Bada Bing Biddle. Gary Rosado, the referee, with the final instructions.
Okay, gentlemen, give specific detailed instructions for all options. We're going to get paid two things. Protect yourselves at all times, and most importantly, obey my commands at all times. The trunks here good, trunks here good. Touch close, bang them down. Do it.
Biddle versus Amaro. Dover, let him hear you.
All right, we're getting ready for the bell to start round 1 between Dan Bada Bing Biddle and his opponent, Maurice Amaro. Biddle told us before the fight, Larry, that he expects Amaro to come out and try to jump on him early. And we'll see if that's what happens.
Amaro is dry as a bone. He landed a nice left hook there, got Biddle's attention. Amaro is coming forward, but he is dry. He has to make sure that he does not get caught cold.
Low blow right there by Amaro. And Bada Bing just shake it off and keep on going. Looks like Amaro wants to work the body early. Both of these guys, certainly Bada Bing is accustomed to trying to work the body.
Biddle learning how to box. He's learning how to box a lot better. He's come from the Tough Man contest. His last fight against Kenny Farr, he really showed us a lot of boxing ability.
Good right there by Biddle. Biddle, as you mentioned, started out as a tough man and eventually got into the ring as a professional fighter. And that is a big transition. And when he first became a pro, he used to like to try to wing those long right hands, and now he tries to set up his opponent a little bit more.
He was a crowd pleaser. He still is, but he realizes that he needs to box because the opponents get more experienced and tougher.
Double right by Biddle, but he took a good left hook in return.
Right behind the ear, which kind of makes everything spin a little bit. Equilibrium is off. Biddle has recovered. Shows some pretty good conditioning on Biddle's part.
Oh, big left hook by Amaro.
But Amaro runs across the ring. Land the left hook. Why run across the ring? Stay right in there, especially a guy against Biddle. This is quote-unquote his home area.
That's a good point. Dan Bada Bing Biddle in the black, red, and white star trunks. Lands a right hand on Amaro in the gray with the fringe. Amaro continuing to try to work the jab to the body. Good left uppercut by Biddle.
Biddle's jabbing and backing up. I don't like that. Either stay still or move to the lateral one way or the other. He would be better served if he jabs and moves to his right.
Round 1, we're just underway with our first fight of the night here on MCNSports.tv, live from Dover Downs. Bill Vargas and Larry Tonambi calling the action. Dan Bada Bing Biddle with the left hook lead. His opponent is Maurice Amaro. These are cruiserweights. Amaro from Philadelphia, Dan Biddle from Hockessin, Delaware.
Amaro is 1-3, so he's got to come out and prove tonight that he wants to win this.
Bada Bing tried the right uppercut lead. That's an unusual and sometimes dangerous approach.
The way Amaro has landed a couple of these left hooks, very dangerous.
Final 10 seconds of round 1. Biddle chasing, Amaro moving away. And that'll be the end of the first round of a scheduled 4. Maurice Amaro comes into this fight with a record of 1 win and 3 losses, but he does not look like an opponent who's just here to show up for a paycheck. A very competitive first round against Dan Bada Bing Biddle, one of the hometown Delaware favorites here at Dover Downs. That was actually a pretty tough round to score, I think.
That was. You know, I'd give it to Amaro.
I would too, yeah.
I want to see Biddle jabbing and even following up behind it, or jabbing and going to one way or the other, to lateral. Don't go away from Amaro. Amaro's going to keep coming in. And right there, Biddle's able to land that right hand to the body. If he jabs and stays in there, he'll be able to land that second and third punch.
Amaro coming back with some body shots of his own. And Biddle tries a combination and kind of got a little too close and didn't quite did not connect cleanly.
It was a good idea, though. He played a little slip and then through the body, right to the body. So it was a good idea for Biddle to try.
Now Biddle holding on. The referee will break him apart. Amaro's corner calling for a right lead and a left hook, but Amaro working the jab. Bada Bing starts the attack to the body again, and again they get locked up. Round 2 of a schedule 4. Maurice Amaro out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the gray, and Dan Bada Bing Biddle out of Hope, Pennsylvania. That got the crowd excited, but it really hit him in the back of the neck. Not a scoring punch for Amaro there.
Amaro's shoes untied, so I see a stoppage coming up here to tie that shoe.
Now what happens if Bada Bing Biddle says, "Hey Amaro, your shoe's untied"? Will he look down? You just called it, Larry. You are right on top of things, man.
I would hit him.
They just stopped it so that he could get his shoe tied.
I would motion with the left and hit him with the right.
Gary Rosado, the referee, also spotting what you spotted. So they will get Amaro's shoe tied. And in the meantime, hold off for a few extra seconds here. The timekeeper is Fred Blumstein. And now time is back in. Oh, big right by Biddle. And tries to follow up and does with another big right. Biddle is all over him. Amaro trying to hold on, and that's not a knockdown. Biddle threw him down.
Biddle tried to load up. He only landed that one right hand out of all that. Now he's going to turn it into a battle. Into a street fight boxing. Still like to see Biddle box more, but if he needs to turn this into a roughhouse tactic to slow down Amaro, then so be it. Do what you can do to win. As long as it's within the legals of the fight game. Marcus of Queensberry rules.
Yes. That Marcus knew what he was doing when he set those rules back in the late 1800s. Biddle using his jab a little bit. Amaro responding with a jab and missing with a big right. Again, a clinch. Biddle's big right knee was caught on the gloves by Amaro there. Good left hook by Amaro. Started downstairs and then came upstairs on him.
Fake the jab, and he's really not leading with any jab. Dan had such a nice jab his last fight. He's not really doing that now. Again, tried an overhand right, and Amaro blocked it.
And Amaro with a left hook to punctuate the end of round 2. Another tough round. Scheduled for 4.
Miami Fights is sponsored by 92.9 Top FM. Everyone, CZ Top, everyone needs to win. Listen to work online, 929topfm.com, or on radio at 92.9 FM. And this is Rachel in the ring. Hello, Rachel.
Larry Tornambi always makes sure to say hello to the round card girls. He's a very polite guy.
Oh, most definitely. Sometimes they even say hello back.
Meanwhile, we are through 2 rounds of the schedule 4, and Dan Bada Bing Biddle is in a battle here. That's a little bit of a tongue twister.
Indeed.
A battle for Biddle, but here we are. You know, he needs to come on strong here in round 3. Amaro won the first round in both of our opinions, and that second round also was very close.
Could be another slight edge to Amaro on his defense. His defensive capabilities may have taken him over the edge to win that second round for Amaro.
And again, I agree. This is a very different fight from Biddle than what we saw in his last fight here at Dover Downs back in February.
Biddle is landing that, or he's getting caught by that left hook, and it's a counter punch from Amaro. Biddle needs to duck underneath that, or move to his right to smother it a little more.
Good right to the body by Biddle there.
That left hook from Amaro landed on the arm, but it's still got some skin.
In that fight in February, Biddle was fighting Kenneth Farr, who just covered up the whole fight, and Biddle just had his way with him, couldn't knock him out, but pretty much dominated. Now he's in here with a guy who's really swinging and hitting back.
Didn't have any power, but that thing came from North Philadelphia. Yeah. Landed in Hockessin on Bada Bing.
The right lead by Amaro as well. Biddle with a good right lead, and that may have hurt Amaro as he goes to the ropes, and Biddle is trying to finish him off with a couple of big, strong rights and another, and that's going to be it. Gary Rosado, the referee, jumps in to save Amaro. The crowd not real happy about it, but I'll tell you what, I think Amaro was in some serious trouble right there.
That right hand really did hurt him. He staggered, and Bada Bing was on him. Bada Bing's got the finishing instinct, and he was on Amaro as Amaro went back to the corner. Biddle did not let up. Gary Rosado in a very good position and wisely stopped the fight.
Maurice Amaro was complaining to the referee about the stoppage. He was not happy with it. And, you know, in this day and age, sometimes they will stop a fight a lot earlier than they used to in the old days because it's just not worth risking too much of a man's health and safety. But certainly Bada Bing caught him with a good right hand, knocked him into the ropes, and after that managed to land 2 or 3 good right hooks in succession as a follow-up. And at that point, Gary Rosado stepped in and stopped. So Dan Bada Bing Biddle, the winner by TKO here in the 3rd round of our first fight of the night here at Dover Downs.
And referee Gary Rosado moves in to stop the bout at 1 minute 20 seconds of the 3rd round. A winner by TKO, Dan Bada Bing Biddle.
Dan Bada Bing Biddle runs his professional record to 7 wins and 1 loss. The 1 loss was to Seferino Albino out of Philly, and he managed to get revenge in a rematch in which he decisioned Albino. A little different fight for him here today. Instead of a guy who covered up like Kenneth Farr did his last fight, he engaged in a tough fight with Maurice Amaro, but ultimately Bada Bing Biddle wins by TKO in the 3rd of a scheduled 4-round bout. So you look at Dan Bada Bing Biddle in his corner with a successful win. And even though he is the hometown favorite, he is from Hockessin, Delaware, and certainly has plenty of fans here at Dover Downs. Maurice Amaro brought quite a few with him from Philadelphia, which is about an hour and a half away from Dover Downs. And some of them were very disappointed at the stoppage. Nonetheless, Dan Bada Bing Biddle runs his record to 7-1.